Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is Coffee Ann time here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. It is Wednesday morning. No, it's not. It's Tuesday morning, February 28th, last day in February. Sure does. That's Dave Richards speaking right over there. Say good morning again there, Dave.
Good morning again there, Dave.
All right, and Gary Smith is here as well. Hi there, Gary.
Good morning.
Joining us on the phone, Linda Tebow. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
And Ed Carew via the phone as well. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning.
And it's time for first message from the Carew Investment Group. So, Ed, the floor is yours.
The floor is my
It's all yours.
Chair, the whole room.
Everything. I don't know where you're going to put it all, but it's all yours.
It's all mine. I own it. Yeah, right. Okay. All right, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. This is Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group. Telephone number is 765-8880 with some simple advice about investing. Well, the truth is, there is no simple advice about investing. The old days of financial uptrends and downtrends lasting for days, weeks, and months are long gone. Sometimes trends last for only part of a day before changing direction. And investing is not an activity for those who can't take the time to study each twist and turn for the opportunity that it truly presents. Since 1987, I've seen them all, and I'll invest for you the same way I invest for myself. Carefully, very carefully. And it won't cost you a nickel to talk about it with me. So give me a call, Ed Carew, at 765-8880 right here in Woonsocket. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thank you very much. And we'll start with Ed because he's way down there down 495 there in Middleborough.
People's Republic.
People's Republic of Middleborough. He's the chairman, Ed, down there, Gary. All right, what do you think, Ed? How much snow down that way did you get?
Right now. There's only about an inch, but it's snowing, and they're saying it's going to snow all day.
So no change over to rain for you?
I think they're full of baloney. You know, I'm expecting it to turn to rain.
All right, so not too bad down there in the People's Republic.
I'm looking out the window, and I live on a dead-end street, and there is no snow on the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they come by and plow?
They came by and sanded. I don't think they plowed. But
no need to. Okay.
No.
And Linda's.
It's not that cold.
Yeah. Well, we have 34 here, so I don't know what the temperature difference is down from here to down there.
Yeah, we get 35 over here.
No, that's not bad.
But it's enough that stuff is kind of melting as it hits at least as it hits the street.
Okay. And Linda, you're in your abode out there in North Smithfield, right?
I am. I'm watching the birds and my neighbor's bird feeder. I just saw a cardinal, but we have a little over 4 inches, and it's still snowing. It's really quite lovely. Very beautiful.
Yes,
I'm going to go out and play in the snow after with my dog. I don't have any kids left, so I'll drag her out there to play in the snow.
It always looks nice when you're looking at it from the inside.
Yes, it is, and that's why I decided to call in today.
All right, so and
your
Dave,
dog wants to go play in the snow?
What?
Your dog wants to go play in the snow?
Yeah, she does like the snow. She does, and this is perfect snow because it's light. It's like a powder.
Yep.
And she's a little pug, so she's not too tall. So yeah, this is perfect for her.
Oh, I took ours out this morning. She turned around and looked at me and said, "You're kidding, right?" But it's not fluffy snow over here. It's heavy, wet snow.
Is it? Yeah. When I took her out, she was out early around 5:30, and she was running through the snow already. So I said, far too early to play. Let's get back in the house. But yeah.
See, Linda, we got to get your dog together with Ed's horse. He likes being out in the snow.
Amigo likes the snow too. Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
they can frolic together.
There you go.
All right.
There's a name. There's a word you don't use very often. Frolic.
No, I try to work it into conversations every once in a while. So, all right. There was a lot of school cancellations.
What's the story from the ambassador from Mendon here? What's the story up there in
snow.
Mendon?
Yeah.
For
it's actually
snow.
a very fluffy snow.
Yeah. And do you have an accumulation the same as ours here in Woonsocket?
Pretty well. I don't know. We got about almost 3 inches, I would say.
Yeah, that's about what we get here. Almost 3 inches.
Very light, fluffy. Didn't phase anything.
You able to plow out your driveway okay?
Well, the problem is with my driveway is, just part of it's asphalt. The gravel part isn't frozen, so when you plow it, you're
plowing
just
the rocks.
plowing the rocks up, and it's just a mess.
I know what
So I
you
came
mean.
all the way down here to plow a nice parking lot, but it was already done.
Is that your driveway, Ed? Do you get rocks?
Yeah, it's all like gravel and stuff
Yep.
like that, So when it's this kind of weather, I'm hoping that we don't get enough for the plow guy to come. Because it leaves, like Gary said, a heck of a mess.
Just make it through Thursday night, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
And that's when it all starts to melt away?
Yep.
All right.
Actually starts melting tomorrow, Joe.
Good.
According to the forecast,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's good. That's the good thing about getting the snowstorms in late February and into March.
Yeah,
That's
and
just
if you
the
don't
way
have
it is.
if you don't have a lot of standing snow by this time,
Yeah.
it's still going to be easy. You can get 8 inches, and it's gone in a week and a half.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to ask Ed this question, kind of a money situation thing.
Uh-oh.
From yesterday's news, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis,
Yeah.
basically took over Disney
Yeah.
and said, "You don't get the sweet deals that you had in the past. You're gonna stop paying your fair share of taxes and the whole 9 yards, like the rest of us Floridians." Does this affect their stock at all? Are they going to fight this? Do you know what Disney might do?
I don't know that they're going to fight it or not. And is it going to affect their stock? If it affects their earnings, it might affect their stock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what it's going to affect is that family of 4 who's going down there, and they know that they're going to spend about $1,500 to get in and be at the park for several days, and now it's going to be $3,000.
Yeah.
Because now they got to pay property taxes on top of everything else when they go down there, and they got a lot of acreage, that's for sure. And if they ever have to pay tangible taxes as well, that's one very, very expensive tax bill. And it's all going to come from the customers. It's not going to come from the stockholders.
You're making an assumption right now that
Yes.
it's going. We're talking about their stock, not what it's going to cost people. But your assumption is that the price is going to basically double for somebody to go there.
That's my
And
assumption.
that's your assumption. You don't know that's what it is, and you don't know what kind of a deal they'll be able to work out for property tax or whatever it is that they may not be paying.
Are you thinking they might be negotiating for a pilot program?
They could be. You just don't know.
Flat
Just
fee
don't
instead
know.
of percentage? Okay.
And I'm looking at the stock price right now on pre-open, before the market opens, and it's showing that it's up 20 cents a share, which doesn't matter.
Well, this
but-
has been coming on for 2 years.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a
new.
This is
Surprise.
not big surprise.
No.
No.
It just became official. So
Didn't the last 2 or 3 years have a decline once they decided to go woke
a decline in what? Attendance
exactly
or?
it.
in their
stock.
revenue?
I don't know if their revenue went down.
I
Did
don't think their revenue went down that much. If it went down at all,
Yeah.
I don't know about it.
Some people
That's
just
a
don't.
big company. They
Yeah.
don't always break out all the numbers for you the
Yeah.
way that you'd like to see them.
Yeah, you might see a number for theme park division,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they've got, what, 5 of them?
They've got them. They've got
2
Europe,
on this
they've got,
continent, and they've got them in Paris, Japan,
Yeah. They're all over.
Hong Kong, I think it is.
Hong
Yeah.
Kong. Okay, so that'd be 5.
Well, they're not going
Oh,
anywhere.
and they're going in Tokyo too.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
so,
that's what I meant. Tokyo, Japan, yeah.
So I'm just wondering if yesterday's announcement from the governor, DeSantis, had anything to do with their stock doing any fluctuation. I don't think it's going to stop people from coming. Although I did read yesterday that talk about prices going up there. People have already said that they've already doubled their prices before this announcement.
Okay.
From like the last couple of years. So if it's going to double
They may have,
again,
They may have started raising prices in anticipation of this.
well, maybe they did, so they don't have to see the big jump coming. So, all right. So
Well, people often ask for a definition of hell, and to me,
They do?
Disneyland meets that definition.
Really, yeah?
well, how many times have you been there?
Never.
Well, then how do you know?
I don't have to go there.
Well,
I don't have,
geez,
I don't
Joe.
have to go to hell to know I don't want to go there either.
Right. I haven't been there either, but I already know from reputation I'm not interested.
Wow.
I
So
don't
you just-
stand in lines easily.
well, that is all right. That could be an issue. All right, but you must be just hearing nightmares from people that have been there, right? Is that why you're making this?
I have certainly
assumption?
seen, on Facebook
Okay.
and places like that, many horror stories.
All right.
Yes.
I've been to Disney World 5 times. I've had nothing but great times.
I'm reserving comment here.
Now, I did have to stand in line for a few rides, and okay, it's the way it goes. Thousands of people go here.
There is nothing there that it would interest me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
But you haven't been there.
There's nothing there. I'm familiar with what Disney is.
Okay.
I grew up watching the world of Disney. I am not interested in anything they have.
But if you go to Epcot, lots of educational stuff to learn is there.
I should
Preface?
preface this whole discussion by saying there's nothing in Florida that I want to go see.
Wow.
Oh.
All right.
You need to go there with kids sometimes. It's fun.
I don't
It is
have
fun.
kids.
Well, you rent them.
I don't
I
want
went
kids.
Went with the
Rent them.
grandkids, and it was very much fun.
My kids have 4 legs.
Yeah. Well, my kids have 4. No, my furry kid has 4 legs too. But no, I went there once with my grandkids when they were young, and it was just fun to watch the kids and how much fun they had. And it wasn't a bad experience at all. It was a good one. But as far as Disney, I don't feel bad for them at all. I don't
Well, no,
think
they
they're
should-
hurt for my-
they should be paying their taxes.
Yeah. They get tons of money. So.
Although that was
I
a
don't-
pretty sweet deal they signed, not whatever, they're basically their own little country
Well,
inside Florida down there. And but the government,
Times they are changing.
they were changing, and you're going to
and,
change with
and,
us.
and here we have a conservative governor making this change
Yes.
after all the liberals are complaining about the corporations don't pay any taxes, they don't do this, they get all these sweetheart deals. Well, now let's see how they react.
They won't say anything.
Well, of course they won't say anything.
All right. So that's just what's going on there. Up this way, it's just a matter of bad timing. But the town of Attleboro, Massachusetts, is having an election today. Now, Linda, as someone who has out of the 4 of us, you're the only one that has held office and run for office. What would your thoughts be on this day if election day and it was snowing? Would you be concerned about the amount of people not coming out to vote? Linda?
Oh, I thought you. Yeah. Well, no. Actually, when people want to vote, they vote. This might be a little bit trickier because it's snow and it's a little
Yeah.
more difficult, getting there in the roads and such. But, I've been in elections where it was raining cats and dogs and people still showed up if they wanted to. So, this might make a little bit of a difference.
You never had to deal with the snow, though.
Well, the snow, that's what I mean. In this situation, they have to be cleaning out the roads and the sidewalks and all that type of thing. And, it might have a negative impact on the people amount that show up.
All right. There's 4 people running for the mayor of Attleboro, in case you were wondering.
Yes, I did
I think
see that.
you'll just get a heavier turnout later on when things settle down.
Yeah.
A little
maybe
later in the
after-
afternoon?
Yeah, as they clean the streets.
Yeah.
And there probably will be.
All right. We'll take our first break here on the Coffee and program. And so it's time for a second message from Ed Carew and the Carew Investment Group. Over to you, Ed.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, call me, Ed Carew, or call my son, Paul Carew, at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thanks. And the Coffee and program will continue. Give us a call in for comments and questions at 766-1240.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
It's the worldwide sound of ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Gary Smith in the studio. On the phone, Linda Tebow and Ed Carew, both still there?
I'm here.
Excellent, excellent. Way to go. Nice to have you with us. Everybody nice, warm, and snug where they are?
Toasty.
Excellent,
Sitting.
all right.
Absolutely.
A lawsuit's been filed against the state of Rhode Island, specifically against the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management. They denied a permit for what there is being called a controversial project. All right, this company, a medical waste treatment plant, wanted to go in West Warwick by a company called Med Recycle RI. And the plant would use a high heat process which converts the waste into gas that can be burned for electricity. Sounds all right. Don't know how much pollution is involved in this, but the state says, no, we're banning such waste facilities after passing a 2021 law that limited them to certain areas, and I guess West Warwick is not one of the areas.
I imagine there's an odor involved in this somewhere.
You know, it doesn't say in our news report, so I don't know. I didn't even know you could even do this.
Right.
Take medical waste and then burn it to turn it into electricity.
Well, anything you can burn can be turned into electricity.
But you think it's an odor problem, or do you think it's more of a pollution problem, like site pollution? Like,
Who knows?
who knows? Who knows is
I
right?
don't know.
Ed, ever hear of such a thing?
No, but I'm not surprised. It's
No.
like Harry said, whatever you can burn can produce energy.
Yeah.
But it also can produce a
probably-
lot of other things, too, that are
Yeah.
bad for the environment, or is it over an aquifer, maybe?
Well, it
That
doesn't.
seeing that it's medical waste, it could be producing something that you don't want to be breathing.
Well, right.
Bingo, that's what I mean, yeah.
Well, it doesn't say, so we'll see if this lawsuit goes anywhere. They want to move forward with it. The state says no. All right. So, you never accuse prisoners of being dumb. Okay.
Well, no. I mean,
Some of them are,
brilliant.
but some of them can be quite ingenious in what they're trying to do. And there's a problem, Ed, in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
in the state prisons and the county jails, and they're cracking down. It all comes in the mail that's sent to inmates. Have you heard of this story?
No, I haven't.
No.
Okay. The Boston Herald reported mail is being scanned by the prison to detect paper treated with synthetic drugs. Inmates.
Oh, jeez.
Now, the inmates are going to receive a clean photocopy of their mail. They're not going to get the actual mail.
That's a brilliant.
That
That's a good
is
solution.
that's someone's job to take every piece of mail that comes in for every prisoner and go to the copy machine.
Well, they'll get a whole lot less now.
Well, probably now.
So,
The Attorney General's office says that synthetic cannabinoids, I didn't even know that was a word. Cannabinoids have been widespread. It's been a widespread problem in Massachusetts correctional facilities.
Oh.
So, and then what? But then this led to the question: what do the prisoners do with the cannabinoid paper when they get it?
they
They smoke
They
it.
roll it up.
Well, how do they get the fire?
They just roll it up and smoke it.
Roll them and smoke it. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well,
Well,
Can
that
it-
would make sense.
but can it- but the question
One
is-
way they can use it.
Can inmates smoke?
Maybe they lick it.
I thought
That
was,
no, Ed had an idea. I thought
Oh,
maybe
like
that's
an
what they were
edible.
doing. It. They're
Yeah.
they're going to eat it
Well, there might be a way to process it to remove the cannabinoids.
out of the paper.
Out of the paper,
Well, how do
that's
the prisoners
possible.
get that? How do they do that? They're supposed to have nothing.
Don't the prisoners? Did you ever watch a prison movie? It's
I sure
they're
have.
brilliant in what they can accomplish.
I saw
They have a
Escape.
lot
From,
of time on their hands.
I saw Escape from Alcatraz. It was a great
yeah,
movie.
Yeah, well, it's amazing what they can come up with.
All right, well that's the latest one, and I don't know who thought of it first. Hey, we can infuse the cannabis into the paper, so after you're done reading my letter, eat it.
There you go.
If only this intelligence was put towards doing
Good use.
good.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Well, I don't.
Well, somebody's going to come up with that the prison is it's an invasion of their privacy.
Well,
Want to bet? Somebody else.
someone actually might come up with that.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
But
Yeah.
prisons have been censoring letters like forever, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah.
They used to.
don't know.
I don't know what they do.
Because you can't write a letter to an inmate saying here
didn't-
are the instructions to break out.
I didn't even know we still had prisons. I thought they just let everybody out.
No, there's a nice big facility down in Cranston, Gary. I'll have to take you by and show it to you someday. All right, Eddie, have you heard of this kind of thing with the cannabis in the paper?
I haven't.
No? Okay.
But it doesn't surprise me.
No. I always thought it was smart when the prisoners or the people on the outside, decided to hire drones to fly over the barbed wire and drop stuff into
Drop
the
stuff.
prison
I
yard.
just saw
I
this.
thought that
I
was
don't know
brilliant.
if you're familiar with the TV show on Paramount Plus, the mayor of Kingstown. Well, they just did
I
this.
know-
They're just
I know
doing
the
this
title.
very thing. They are
Fly the drugs in?
Drones are flying and dropping packages in the yard. So and why didn't this happen a long time ago? I mean,
Yeah.
this is why aren't they dropping guns? I mean, they could drop anything.
Yeah.
No, they're dropping drugs instead of guns.
Well,
We don't mind being here as long as we can be high. So
yeah, that'll pass the time. I don't know. Can drones? Is it a weight distribution thing? Can drones carry
the ones I
guns?
saw in the show were pretty big drones.
Oh, all right.
So,
Well, I think now the prisons must have gotten wise to this, and will shout the drones.
I would
as they
love to
come
be a
flying
guide
out.
on the tower shooting a drone down. I just want to be that. I want that job that day.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little target practice, huh? All right. Oh, we brought this up yesterday, and we'll bring it up again today. Many newspapers around the country have decided we are dropping the comic strip Dilbert.
Yeah, I heard that this morning. The Globe is
Yeah.
doing that.
The
too.
Globe has done it. Yep, the
Yeah.
Providence Journal has done it, and they're all upset. Not with the actual comic strip. The comic strip itself is fine. It's actually some of it's pretty funny, but they're not happy with the illustrator. They said he's made racist comments.
He just had enough. He just had a meltdown because he just
Yeah.
couldn't stand it anymore.
In a YouTube video, Scott Adams, he is the creator of Dilbert, described black people as members of a hate group and that white people should stay away from them. I did not see this video. Did you see it, Gary?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Linda, did you see it?
No,
Ed?
I did not.
Yeah.
You saw it as well? Would
Yeah.
you, Ed? Would you describe it as a racist video then?
I guess it could be interpreted that way.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I guess the statement that got him in trouble is that he said that 50% of the black people don't like white people. That was his statement that got him in trouble.
Okay.
And so then it got turned around into being a racist.
A racist.
But
Okay.
if he reversed that statement, he would be
Vilified? Not
be-
vilified.
It would,
He
still
would
be,
be,
it would still be racist.
no. Well,
no, they
it
would
wouldn't
put him
be
on a pedestal.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'd be wonderful.
If he said that a certain percentage of white people hated black people, he would, oh yeah, that's it. That's my story.
Well, you'd have one group that he might I don't know. Regardless of where you come out on that with a statement like that, whichever 50% hates the other 50%, someone would, one side or the other would say it's racist
Yeah.
in itself. It just sounds like it's racist. This
No.
half of the people don't like that half. Oh no, it's that half that don't like that half. Well, either way,
The
it's
thing-
racist.
The thing that shocks me the most about these kinds of statements is where have you been living? What rock have you been hiding under for the past few years to not know that this kind of a statement, right or wrong or true or false, is not going to cause these kind of repercussions?
Well, you should know that. That's
You should
exactly,
know that.
Exactly what's
Yes,
happening.
yes.
Well, as I brought it up yesterday, because and Dave kind of said, "Yeah, that's true." You know, comic strip people get paid by how many newspapers they're in. So, whatever syndicate distributes them, that's how they get paid. So if he keeps dropping, newspapers keep dropping him, he's not going to make as much money. I said, but he's been Dilbert's been around for a while, and there's been best-selling books by him. So maybe he's made enough where he can now make these kind of statements, and now he doesn't have to do the comic strip anymore. Maybe maybe this was planned.
Or he can survive on just being
Residuals?
published in the red states.
Maybe okay. We'll see if his books continue to sell or not. So
I can't say that I've ever read the comic strip, so I don't know what it's all about.
no, Dilbert works in an office, and it's all about office, not politics, but the workings of, like watching the TV show The Office.
Yeah.
Just in comic strip form.
Can't stand that show. My wife
Okay.
watches it all constantly.
The
I
Office
can't
is
stand
funny.
it.
Come on, but stupid decisions that are made by upper management that he has to do, and it's just, and he always says, "Well, if we do that, this is, a bad thing's going to happen. We'll do it anyway."
It's occurred to me that I'm saying I hate a lot of things here today, except for shooting down drones.
No, that you're happy with.
But so, can you talk about something that I like?
No, well, I'll try, Gary, because it is all about Gary today.
That's right.
Maybe
I'm
let's
here.
talk about- Let's talk about pizza. I think he likes pizza.
Well, it's National Pancake Day. Were you aware of that?
Well, that'll work.
All right. I don't know if you don't like this, Gary, but Ed, Maura Healey rolled out her tax reform plan.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I've been waiting for that.
Did you pay attention to it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, she wants changes to the tax code, including child and family tax credits amounting to $600 per dependent.
Okay.
It also includes increasing the rental deduction from $3,000 to $4,000 and upping the tax credit to allow low-income seniors to stay in their homes. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got. Now, this, along with her budget, will have to head to the legislature, and the Mass legislature will have to approve the whole thing.
I'm not a Maura Healey fan, but I don't have a problem with any of those
With
things.
any of those things?
No.
All right. Well, they sound good, but how are they? It's always how is it really going to affect you?
Well, particularly the part about seniors being able to stay in their homes. I mean, that's something that we should all work
Strive
towards.
for. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you'll have to do a little more.
What exactly does that mean? They're allowed to stay. They're able to stay in their own home.
Well, when do
I mean, is there somebody coming down the street to take me out of my house? Is that the deal?
my parents had a $20,000 mortgage when I was growing up, and they looked so much forward to having that paid off. But by the time they paid it off, their property tax bill was significantly higher than their mortgage payment ever was. So I mean, you can be taxed out of your home.
So that's what they want: lower the seniors'
Give them
taxes so they can
some.
stay.
You typically get a break anyway, but get a bigger break.
Okay.
It's cost effective for a town to keep a senior in the home as opposed to them having to move out and then that home being sold to a family of three, where your school costs are far exceeding what you ever paid in property taxes. So it's a win-win for a town to keep seniors in their current homes.
You're absolutely right, Gary. We strive for that in North Smithfield.
All right. Well, I'm all for the $600 credit per dependent because I got one more year of a dependent. So I'm for that. So I'm
It's
okay.
like, what's in it for me, huh?
It's always what's in
Yes,
it for me.
that's true.
I was trying to look at what yesterday. I said, does any of this affect me? The rental certainly doesn't. The thing for the low-income seniors, which is a great idea, but doesn't affect me at all. But the $600 per dependent, now that affects me, and I'm for it. And that'll be the one thing that gets shot down.
Probably.
and everything else will go through fine. All right. We're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. It's time for the weather forecast, which is being brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation.
Snow possibly mixed with rain before 3 p.m. and then just plain snow for a while, ending as snow overnight. A high of 36 degrees today. Patchy fog also possible and winds from the east up to 25 miles per hour. We're expecting another 2 to 4 inches of snow during the daytime today. Tonight, snow likely before 9 p.m., then tapering off to gradual clearing, overnight low of 27. Wednesday's weather, increasingly cloudy, high of 44, northwest breeze. Thursday, a 50% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, high of 51. Friday, a 60% chance of rain and snow before noon, switching over to rain in the afternoon, then back to snow after sundown. Mostly cloudy Friday, with a high of 39. Saturday, an 80% chance of rain and snow, breezy with a wind from the north up to 30 miles per hour. Temperature of 38. Sunday, mostly cloudy and 38. Monday, mostly sunny and a high of 41.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. Cloudy skies, little light snow, and 37 degrees. At the turn of this century, 27% of people who passed away were cremated. By the year 2020, that figure rose to 56%. The Cremation Association of America projects that by the year 2040, 4 out of 5 Americans will choose cremation over a casket burial. Berarducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center of Woonsocket can answer your questions about the cremation process. Go online to providencecremation.com. Berarducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center on Spring Street, Woonsocket. Let them create the perfect service for your loved one. Berarducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center. The storm is here, and if you weren't able to get to Pepin Lumber yesterday for whatever reason, get there today to pick up supplies to fight the storm. In stock at Pepin Lumber right now, Pet Safe Ice Melt, rock salt, snow shovels, ice scrapers, snow brushes, snow brooms, windshield deicer, plus winter hats and winter coats. Whatever you need to fight the storm is ready for you to pick up today at Pepin Lumber. They're located on Cumberland Hill Road, Woonsocket.
Hi, this is Don Burnell inviting you to join us on the Midday Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday with the Super Quiz, great oldies, and interesting guests.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. It is Coffee In here on ON, AM, and FM. Joe Callahan here with Gary Smith. And on the phone, Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. And Linda, aging well, they delayed their opening for today. That's correct, right?
No, actually, it was closed.
Oh, they closed altogether.
We're closed, yeah, because we don't want people driving in, and yeah, they closed yesterday.
Yep.
So
Okay.
no activities, no lunch, no daycare. Yep.
Okay, so day off there. So come back tomorrow, right? Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. I know Ed. I know you're not a fan of this guy. I don't think Gary's a fan of this guy. Doesn't really affect you, Linda. But the U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, Ed Markey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
Not a fan.
All right, Gary's not a fan. Well, he wants Twitter to reinstate features for users with disabilities. Has this guy got nothing better to do?
Yeah,
Why does he care what Twitter's doing?
Because.
Because why?
No, I'm being nice.
Oh,
Being
okay.
a diplomat here.
All right.
I'm
Now,
not
Markey claims changes made under CEO Elon Musk have made Twitter a less user-friendly social platform. Well, that would be his opinion, right?
Well, I'm just trying
Yeah.
to think what disabilities would stop you from using the Twitter that they can initiate at the home office there.
Well, the accessibility team was eliminated, as was some closed captioning.
Closed
Oh, wow.
captioning.
Oh,
Twitter.
so if the people are deaf or blind.
I don't tweet,
Yes.
so I'm not sure.
Well, a lot of people,
I don't either.
a lot of people will post videos
Right.
on Twitter, sports events, things like that. So if you're deaf, you can't hear
Right.
what you're supposed to be looking at. So they want closed captioning things so you can read what the announcer is saying. This is as an example. I guess that's going away.
If you go
you're
to-
blind, you're not on Twitter. I mean, you're just not.
Yeah, right.
And probably if you're smart, you're not on Twitter. I don't know. I mean,
Right.
And Ed, are you still reserving judgment over there on Ed Markey?
I think it's a stupid idea.
Only in Massachusetts could a man like that get elected.
Yeah. And first of all, it's a private company now.
It is.
It's not a publicly traded company. It's owned by Elon Musk, so let him do what the heck he wants.
And if
He's
you
running
don't,
it
he
as
wanted-
a private
right.
company.
And if you don't like what he's doing, and you're
Go-
on it, get off of it.
Go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else.
Go make your own.
Go make your own. There's still Facebook. There's still Instagram. I hear TikTok is still huge amongst the kids. Go there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's just a way to make keep Ed's name out there in the news. He's doing something for you.
Not my name.
He's concerned about. He's our senator, Ed.
For better or worse.
him and what's her name? Pocahontas.
Oh, God.
What's her real
You
name?
know who-
Oh, Elizabeth.
you know
Liz. Liz Warren.
Elizabeth
There we go.
Warren.
Couldn't-
Yeah.
Lizzie. She was asking for something the other day, and I said,
Oh,
well,
yeah. She's upset about companies doing stock buybacks.
yeah, right. That's right.
And so is Biden.
Yeah,
okay.
She was asking for a brewski.
And what's his name? Warren Buffett came back with an answer.
And what
Warren
was?
Buffett, in his annual letter the other day, wrote that government officials who are against stock buybacks are either economic illiterate or silver-tongued demagogue, and one is not mutually
Exclusive.
exclusive of the other.
I'm
So
gonna
they're
go with the.
stupid and a
yeah.
liar both at the same time.
Well, I'm gonna go with the first because I've seen more politicians try to talk economics that have absolutely no clue. Probably has never taken an economics class, and they think they got it right.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, that's what that's what Ed wants to do, and I'm sure Elon Musk will take it under advisement.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Sure thing. Is
That
that what you
memo's
want me to
going
do?
in the round file.
He's saying, "Who's Ed Markey?" and why should I care anyway? So there was actually a good story out of Lawrence, Massachusetts, because there was a carjacking in that town, and there was a 22-month-old girl in the back seat.
This is the good story.
This is the good story because she's fine. The Honda Pilot was stolen at a gas station around 8 p.m. yesterday, and a short time later, the child was dropped off at the Lawrence General Hospital and not
Where
harmed.
was this?
Lawrence,
In Lawrence?
Massachusetts.
So the
yeah.
guy drives up to the hospital with the stolen car and drops
Leaves
the kid
the
off.
kid, takes off with the stolen. Yes,
Well.
this is a good story. That the kid is fine.
Did he go to valet parking?
Doesn't say. Police say the vehicle was then stopped driving on Interstate 495, going southbound. 2 suspects were taken into custody after a brief pursuit. I actually did see this on Facebook because cameras are everywhere, and he stole the car at the gas station. Well, that's where they got the license plate number. The mom was gassing up, and so your license plates, in case you drive off, that's how they get you. Your license plate is always being captured on film, so they knew exactly what kind of car it was. They knew exactly what the license plate was of what they were looking for. And but I want to hand it to the 2 criminals who said we have to do something with this child. I mean, we're going to get in even more trouble. Now not only are we stolen a car, now we'll be on kidnapping charges. Oh God, we don't
Kid
want
was
that.
probably just screaming and making a lot of noise.
That's
so
probably true too. You're not mom, and
get rid of this kid.
so and I said, well, we can't go to the police. So next, we could go to the fire department, but maybe the hospital was on the way, and so they dropped it off at Lawrence General Hospital. So, and the child is fine, and I'm sure they've been reunited with the mom. So there you go, Gary.
Sure,
Good
the
story all
mom's,
the way around.
Sure, the mom's happy.
Yeah, you know what? But and Linda, I'm thinking this is what might have happened. So you pull into the gas station, and you pay for the gas. I mean, you pump in the gas, and now she has to go into the store to pay for the gas, and leaves the 22-year-old month in the car.
Yeah, well, when I first started hearing you start that story, I said, "Do not leave your child in the car."
Well, that's it.
That's got to be, because that happens sometimes. But
With the keys.
yeah,
in the
I
ignition.
guess that could be it. But lots of people get gas and they use a credit card, so you don't have to go into the store to pay.
Well, that's I have my special app to get gas now. But Gary asked, were there keys in the car? It's funny. A lot of people, my daughter's one of her best friends. When she's in their car and they go to gas up, not only are the keys in the car, keys in the ignition, they don't shut the car off,
Well, they're supposed to shut the car off.
But
when you
they-
pump
but they
gas.
don't.
Yeah.
and they fill up while the car is still running.
Ooh.
That's just.
And they're all on their cell phones, which you're not supposed to do either.
Well, I don't think
Right,
that's. I don't
that
think that's
too.
happening.
That
This
too.
isn't her friend. This is her friend's parents, I should say.
Yeah.
These are people that are very highly intelligent, but. But haven't you seen that, Gary? Have you seen that at gas stations where you pull in and the car is running as they're filling up? You don't see it a lot, but I've seen it.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't paid a lot of attention to that. Not having
right.
any interest in stealing their vehicle.
No, it's just just look around.
Good
next
to know
time.
that you
Yeah.
do, though.
Well, Ed, have you seen this?
I'm like Gary, I guess.
You don't
I'm
pay attention?
sure I've seen
Yeah.
it, but I don't pay much attention to it. But one thing you said is something that I haven't seen in a long time, is every time I get gas, it always says to pay with your card or go inside and pay the cashier
Yes.
before you pump your gas.
Yes.
You know, I can't remember the last time I saw some place that let me pump gas, then go in and pay.
Okay,
Right,
so the
yeah.
situation then in Lawrence, maybe she just went in to pay first, and they
Yeah.
took advantage of jumping in the car and taking off.
Yeah.
All right. It was a banner day about a week or so ago. I took my daughter to pump gas for the very first time. So I said, "This is how you do it." And you're right, Ed. I said the first thing you do is you look at what pump number we're at. And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because you're going to find out." And what number are we at? 5. Okay, in we go. I said, all you have to say is $40 on pump 5, and that's perfect. They know exactly what you mean. And so she did it, and they're like, "Okay, thanks." And it worked out just fine. Of course, it only took $32 worth of gas, so now we had to go back in and get $8.
Get a
And,
refund.
and now she says, "Well, now what do I do?" I said, "All you say is pump number 5 only took $32. I paid for $40." And they'll look it up, and they'll give you $8 back. And that's exactly what happened.
Or she could do like I do. I go where they pump the gas for me. I
Well,
shut my car off and say, "This is what I want. Fill her up or whatever."
Yeah, you rich people from North Smithfield can afford that.
I don't pump gas.
I have
that's why-
I have told her that. I said, "You can do that, but it's your money putting in, and you're
Yeah.
going to pay more if you want that service." So, okay.
Hey, but the one that I go to, it's cheaper than a lot of places where you pump your own gas.
Oh,
The-
okay.
The one on the Millville
So
Blackstone line.
That's the one.
Yep, that's where I go.
That's where I go, and
Yep.
but I do. You're supposed to shut the car off, aren't you? You Gary,
Yes.
the car people.
Yeah,
you're supposed to, right?
You're supposed to. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Oh,
They don't.
really?
They don't seem to care.
Oh,
When my parents used to go to full serve, I can remember the attendant saying, "Please shut your car off."
yeah.
Someone,
Oh.
so not everyone
Well,
did it.
this guy, I don't know if he speaks English.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't do that. but she's right. The gas is cheaper there than any place else
That's
with
self-serve.
where you have to even pump it yourself.
Wow.
That's right. That's right. You know.
Now, I think I've told Ed this before in the past. I don't know if Gary's heard it. What I've always wanted to do at a gas station convenience store like that, where people run in to get the gallon of milk and they leave their car running,
Yeah.
I want to get in their car and move it to another parking spot. I don't want to steal the car.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you're
well,
behind them
because they
waiting.
take up a space.
Well,
yeah.
no. No, because I'm usually pumping gas and they're in a parking space.
Yeah.
But I want to show them the stupidity of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You think you're only going in for 2 minutes, and this is how quick it'll take for me to move the car. Of course, I have never done this. I know I'm going to get caught, and I know I'll be arrested for
Yes,
for
officer.
tampering
I
with
was
the car.
only trying to teach them a
Right.
lesson.
So
Right.
I would never do this kind of thing, but I would love to do that. Take the car and move it like 5 spaces over, and then watch them come out to see how did my car get from there to there.
Right. And that's to my point, though. And you never leave a child unattended in the car,
Oh,
even for
never.
a couple of minutes.
No.
You know, thank
And they say,
God.
well,
your
they're
sto-
and they always say,
your story
well,
ended
they're
up well.
they're
you know?
sleeping, and I don't want to disturb them, and like, and
Yeah,
it was only going to be a minute, and
Yeah.
I've heard all those excuses, and there are people like these two guys in Lawrence. This is exactly what they're waiting for
Right.
you to quickly run in and leave your car running, and
Yeah.
they're gone within 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It happens. All right. We're taking our final break here in the Coffee and program. Comments and questions can still be called in at 401-766-1240. More coming your way.
Our snowmakers have been working hard all season to build up the base.
We still have an average of 4 feet of snow all over the mountain. First snow on the ground, more on the way. What can I say? This place the best.
For more information,
Or to buy or reload your tickets online, go to Wachusett.com.
If household finances are tight and you're having trouble paying the heating bills, the Good Neighbor Energy Fund may be able to provide assistance. Please contact a local CAP agency. Call United Way 211 or visit Rhode-IslandGoodNeighbor.org. Ad sponsored by the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
Welcome back to Coffee In here on ON Radio. This is Joe Callahan here with Gary Smith. Linda Tebow, Ed Carew is on the phone at the moment, and it's too bad Dave is not in the studio for this. So, Dave, if you're listening, you can come back and give your opinion on this. Because I say it because Dave likes old James Bond movies.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sean Connery. Yeah.
yes, and now
My favorite.
okay, but now because we live in the woke society, Gary.
We're going to have a woman, James Bond.
No.
No.
Ian Fleming's James Bond novels are being edited to remove offensive material.
Offensive to who?
The woke community. New editions of the classic Bond novels are expected to hit shelves this spring with racially insensitive language removed.
Oh, my God.
A new report in the Sunday Telegraph, I believe that's in England, claims that Fleming's estate worked with, quote, sensitivity readers, unquote, to flag and remove what they see as language that reflects outdated attitudes about race. The news comes at a time of increased cultural sensitivity in the publishing industry, along with the James Bond movie franchise is trying to reinvent itself as the series searches for a new 007 actor
Or actress.
or actress if they go with a woman. So, which just leads me to believe then. But this is going to take place in England. Does that mean we should take all the Mark Twain? Should we take Huckleberry Finn
Oh, they've
and
already
Tom
done
Sawyer
that.
and
They've
take
already-
out all the racially insensitive material?
Haven't they already done that, though?
You'd have one page left.
Yeah, really. And that's it just this whole thing just where's it going to end? Where is it going to end? Are they going to?
It's not gonna
So
end.
Ian Fleming wrote "Chitty Chitty Bang Bang." I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yes, he did, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but are they gonna redo that? And where's it going to end?
I don't know. Ed, where's it going to end?
Probably in not California because they probably institute that same idea.
I want to know.
Never gonna.
It's never
It's
going
going
to
to
end.
end in Florida. Governor DeSantis is going to say, nope,
He's
we
gonna put a
want
stop
all
to
the
it?
old James Bond books with
Back.
more of those.
So are they going to go? Are they going to go redo all the Shaft movies and take out all the honky references and those? Are they going to do that too?
No, that's okay.
That what? See, this is the problem I have with this.
Okay.
I want to be the gander.
I-
If it's good enough for the goose, I want to be the gander.
All right. I want to know who the sensitivity readers are.
That's crazy.
And how many people are in this group?
Yeah,
And what are
well-
their ages?
All you have to do is write a letter to a major corporation, and then that one letter seems to have all the influence in the world over this corporation. It's amazing, the power of wokeness.
So if I were to write to Coca-Cola and say, your polar bear bothers me because it's white, will they change the color of the bear? and have them go down south and get a tan and darken them up?
No, they just change it for a black bear.
But it doesn't make sense.
Or a
A
brown
black
bear.
it doesn't make sense. A black bear, brown bear at the North Pole. There aren't any.
That doesn't matter.
All right. So I just wanted to make you aware that in case you actually go out and buy a new James Bond book, the words are changing.
I can't wait to see the movie. This is going to be fascinating.
I'm sure it is.
It'll be the last movie I ever watch, I'm sure. But just for curiosity's sake, I would want to I'd have to see it.
All right. In another story, authorities say a vintage car used in the classic Dukes of Hazzard TV show crashed over the weekend. The driver and the passenger were taken to a Missouri hospital. The local police chief told the newspaper out there that the driver was going too fast and lost control of the car. The General Lee played a part in another was basically another character in the movie. There was hundreds for the original taping, more than 24 for the 2005 remake.
Well, you can't do those stunts in real life.
Well, not unless you're a stunts driver.
Unless you have
unless you know what you're doing, right?
12 backups.
No, it's my understanding that they either don't show the Dukes of Hazzard TV show anymore, or they somehow block out the flag that's on top of the car. Has anyone seen a Dukes of Hazzard TV show recently?
No.
I never watched it when it was on. So.
Ed?
No,
Okay.
I have not.
You know the Confederate flag is painted.
The General Lee, yes.
On
yes.
top.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Oh, okay.
I'm aware of that.
Okay. I don't think that we can't show that. People get offended.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I know. All right. So
You know how they have sensitivity training?
sensitivity readers.
We need to have the reverse of that.
What do you call the reverse? of that?
Tolerance training.
All right. Just get over it.
Get over it training. Yes, I like that even better. Yes.
Linda, this is going to come as no surprise to you. Ready? A new study suggests eating eggs may be good for the heart.
Oh, yeah. Who did that study?
This would be according to the journal Nutrients. Eating 1 to 3 eggs each week could reduce the likelihood of cardiovascular disease by 60%.
Oh, yeah, that is a bit of a surprise. Well, but
Okay.
things come and go. Before eggs used to be really bad. I remember
yeah.
when I was still in the hospital, if somebody had an MI, a heart attack, no diet, no eggs. And then all of a sudden, no, it's okay unless your cholesterol's high.
Yeah.
Then you can. And I just did a presentation on healthy hearts.
No
and,
eggs.
Because eggs are the best protein. I used to say they're the cheapest protein, but now they can't because, they've got to float alone to get a dozen eggs. But, they're high in cholesterol, but they have wonderful nutrients in them.
Mm-hmm.
They're protein and there's vitamin A. But I haven't seen that study because, people with high cholesterol should not be eating eggs because
Right.
they're high in cholesterol.
According to the article, people who ate 4 to 7 eggs per week cut the risk of heart disease by 75%.
Wow. And that's counter to anything I've
Ever been taught?
I've been taught, not only taught, but even recent research has said, when you look at your risks for heart disease, high cholesterol is a big risk.
Yeah.
It's a huge risk. So, I'm not a researcher, don't get me wrong, but, I do try to keep current, and I have not seen that study. Where was that study? I'll have to look it up.
Well, the story says it comes out of Switzerland, but the rest of the article says the study was conducted on more than 3,000 healthy people in Greece.
Greece, huh?
Yeah. So,
I'll
and
have
it's a
to
journal
check
called
that out.
Nutrients, and that's what they have to say about that.
No
Wow.
wonder the price of eggs are so high.
That's why, because they're so good.
Everybody's eating eggs.
Because you don't get cardiovascular disease, so you got to go out and still buy eggs. All right.
Right.
All right. New York City made a gaffe again. Their Department of Transportation, call it a swing and a miss. They put up a sign, and they're trying to honor baseball legend Jackie Robinson. Mm-hmm. And they were in Queens, New York, on a road called Jackie Robinson Parkway. However, major typo in the billboard, in the sign. The sign features the pictures of the Brooklyn Dodgers great, but his first name was misspelled, and they took out the C in Jackie. So it looks like Jakai. Just recently, public transportation officials misspelled famed painter Georgia O'Keeffe's name on a wall inside a rail terminal by omitting one of the F's in her last name.
And only 2 people in New York noticed it.
We need proofreaders
Spell check.
for the DOT.
Wow.
I wonder who noticed it first, and did word ever get back to Jackie Robinson's family?
I would
Nice try.
have been the one to send a letter because I do this all the time. Correct people's
Spelling and
flyers, spelling. If I see, I do
You know,
this.
Ed, this is funny. You know what Gary likes to do, and I think is hysterical?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, it's not that awful. I mean, you can do this in public because he does this in public. He'll go up and if he sees someone talking on their cell phone,
Yeah.
and they're on speakerphone,
Yeah.
Gary joins the conversation.
Oh, why not? On speakerphone, it sounds like it's an open conversation
That's
for
right.
anyone.
That's right. And that's your thinking, right, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, so just go up to him and say, "No, you don't want to buy that. You want to buy this. It's cheaper."
Yeah, really.
I did this just the other day
Where were you?
at the supermarket. Actually,
Okay.
a lady was talking to I don't know, one of her friends while they were in line, and I just
Joined in.
joined in.
Now what?
That's funny.
Now what do the people on the person that's holding the phone? What's their reaction?
I forget what she was talking about, and my response was, "Don't you believe a word she's saying."
And they go, "Hey, what? Who's that?" Never mind, some random guy here in the store.
He's not really at the supermarket. We're just
Yeah.
having a couple drinks.
All right. So if you want to have fun, do what Gary does, and join
that is
other
fun.
people's conversations that they're having. Since they're doing it in public, they might as well. They want you to hear it, right?
Just make sure you're bigger than the person you're interfering with.
Yep. We don't want to upset them at all.
In my case, that's not a problem.
So today, my son's actually flying out to the city of Seattle. He's going to go visit a friend out there for 10 days or so. And it's too bad this list didn't come out. Remember we talked about lists last week, and you're like, well, who cares?
Yeah, right.
Well, here's another who
Yeah.
cares. Seattle leads a list of the nation's saddest cities.
You mentioned this on your earlier program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was conducted by the U.S. Census Bureau. And why are they asking who's sad
Why?
and who isn't? But I don't know. Seattle's still the nation's saddest, largest metro area. Number 1 with the highest percentage of respondents who answered they were feeling depressed and hopeless.
Oh my God.
You gotta remember who lives in Seattle.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Well, who's living there, Gary?
Liberal people.
Liberals? Oh, okay.
Who get upset at the tiniest little thing in their lives that goes wrong. They get upset and depressed and suicidal.
In the first 2 weeks of February, nearly half of Seattle area adults reported feeling down. All right. Riverside, San Bernardino, California took second place. Phoenix, Arizona comes in third. L.A., San Francisco made it to the top 10 saddest cities, as well as Washington, D.C., Chicago, New York, and Dallas rounded out the top 10.
Wow. Who cares?
Who cares is
Go back.
right. So,
That's what I said last week. And I wonder what benchmarks they use, you know?
I guess they,
You know?
if they
Is it
called you
so
out,
many people with depression, so many people on depression,
Yeah.
you know, anti-anxiety meds and stuff like that.
I don't know. They answered. They're just feeling. So if someone calls you up and say, "Hey, you feeling depressed and hopeless today?" Yes. Okay, that's one yes.
Well, you know, and it rains a lot there in Seattle.
And it does rain
you
a
know
lot.
what I-
So I don't know.
Oh,
That's,
They chose to live there.
I know.
And they could-
It's
they could
beautiful,
leave.
though.
They could leave. They had
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah, they
holding a
could.
gun to their head.
Yeah, that's true.
and they have so. Look at all the Starbucks that are there.
No, they probably banned them, Gary.
Right, yeah.
They banned what?
The guns?
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
probably...
just nobody holds a gun to their head. They probably banned them in Seattle.
Makes sense. And Microsoft is out that way, so everyone's got a job out there. You would think. Not everybody, but
Well,
No, Boeing is out there.
and Boeing's out there making planes.
Boeing's there, yeah.
They should
Yeah.
be. They should be happy.
Well, yeah, like I said, it doesn't take too much to upset these people.
I guess not. I think it's funny, the saddest cities, they're up and down the West Coast, and they're up and down the East Coast, except for Chicago. Right smack dab there in the middle. Well, look at all the murders they have in Chicago.
Well, Chicago just instituted this plan, or they're trying to institute it, where if you own a business in groceries or liquor stores or anything, now you have to hire at least one security guard. This is their answer to the crime. This is their answer to the crime.
Okay.
Let's defund the police, but we're going to make you hire your own guy to protect your business.
So the money comes out of your pocket.
So the money comes out because the money comes out of your pocket.
All right, that's a brilliant plan. I love that. I love that. All right, we've come to the end of the program. We thank you for listening in. Thank you all very much. Ed Carew, thanks for joining us today.
Always a pleasure.
All right, hopefully you can be in next week. And did your Genesis tell you that it was snowing?
It's sitting out there in the snow complaining.
I bet it is.
Yeah, I don't like it out here.
Take me inside.
Yeah, saying put Amigo out here and let me go in the barn.
Don't do it.
Linda, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right, Gary Smith, thanks for stopping by.
No problem, anytime.
All right, this is Joe, and thanks for Dave for being here as well. We are all done. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the Crew. He's back at 9:30 with Do You Remember here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
Massachusetts prisons and many county jails are cracking down on mail which is sent to inmates. The Boston Herald newspaper